Welcome to the Synagogues of the Republic of Georgia, a former member of the Soviet Union. We are able to show you only a few congregations that the buildings are still existing in this country. This first one is located in the city of Batumi, which until 1936 was called Batum. Jews had been living in Batumi since the late 1870s. The exact numbers today are not available, but it's probably around a couple thousand still there. Our next city is Kutaisi, which is located in the west of Georgia, and it is home to 3 synagogue buildings. We're not sure which one is which, but they're all on the same street within a couple blocks of each other. The street is called Boris Gapanov, or some just call it Gapanova. The Great Synagogue of Kutaisi was built in 1885, and it's the second largest synagogue building in the country after the one that's in Tbilisi. The other 2 were supposedly built in the late 1850s. We're now looking at a synagogue in another part of western Georgia in a city called Oni. It is the oldest still in use synagogue building in the country of Georgia. It was built in 1895. The synagogue building was damaged in 1991 due to an earthquake. 4 years later, it was renovated with support from the government as well as the American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee. At one time, there was more than 250,000 Jews in the country of Georgia. In 1972, this congregation had 3,150 members. Today, it barely gets a minyan. There is a small town in the mountains in Georgia called Surami. It has less than 10,000 population, but it does have a synagogue. This synagogue building was constructed in 1915. Because of its out-of-the-way location, it has been mostly a place of refuge for those seeking shelter from persecution. There are 2 synagogues in the city of Tbilisi, which is the capital of Georgia, with more than 1 million in its population. We believe this is the one that's called the Ashkenaz congregation. It was built by Jews coming from Chinvali. By the way, those are the stairs leading up to the women's section. We also believe that the synagogue is now just a museum piece. This is the other congregation, the Great Synagogue of Tbilisi. It took several years to be constructed, from 1895 to 1903. It is also known as the Shul from Achaltshekhe, because the people who came from that area built this congregation. And so concludes our look at the Jewish houses of worship in the country of Georgia. There are plenty of more countries to check out, so bye for now and see you real soon.